friends, Romans. It's looking good on our favorite front, the Caucasus/Kuban front. We have taken what, in an earlier episode, I described as the three main objectives of the campaign: Rostov, Astrakhan, and we are on the outskirts of Stalingrad, and we are going to attack Stalingrad imminently. It's not going to be a battle of encirclement, it's just going to be a straight take the town. I want to deprive the Soviets of the factories therein. Now, the German front is doing quite poorly, as you might expect, given the performance of the Germans so far in the Soviet war. That is an issue that I'm immediately going to address. I'm going to win the battle for Stalingrad, leave some reserves, and then transfer the majority of my mobile forces over and attempt to start winning battles of encirclement on the German front. I want to very much lessen the effect of the Soviet attacks in that area. Now, in the last episode, someone asked what the status of the Soviet army was. They still have plenty of manpower, and they're going to continue to for the rest of the game, in all likelihood. Our intelligence puts them between 185 and 331 divisions. My best guess would be about 250. Who knows? There can be quite a bit of variation there. But regardless of what the status of their army is, in numerical sense, we're going to try to destroy more divisions. So, let's advance the date a little bit. Let the assaulting troops get into position. Oh, look at that. Another Soviet attack. Another failed Soviet attack. That's perfectly acceptable, actually, because as soon as that attack is over, as soon as I'm trying to advance it by the hour so I can move my troops. Okay. So it's a city. I'm less than thrilled sending tanks in, but I mean they're motorized. I mean there are motorized infantry involved in the attack, so I'm not terribly worried. So we're going to send 4 infantry divisions into the forest to the west of Stalingrad, and a combined total of 4 infantry divisions, 3 tank divisions are going into Stalingrad proper. This will not take long at all. We'll be counterattacking depleted forces who wisely, or unwisely I ought to say, just launched an attack on us. Just a matter of moving in. We've already defeated the troops. And there we go. Stalingrad has fallen. Man! That's quite a bit easier than what the Germans managed in real life. So, they've moved significant amounts of their industry east to the Urals, as you might expect. Nonetheless, we've captured 6, well, I guess military factories, 3 civilian, and we've deprived them of the use of the population of Stalingrad. They can't be conscripted, which is fine. It's not much of a win, but it's something. And now that we're firmly entrenched on the southern bank of the Don and the Volga, we can start thinking about moving these troops. So I'm going to move, excuse me, I'm going to shuffle some troops around. Yeah, wait for them all to arrive. It's not going to require much, honestly. The advantage of major rivers being our primary lines of defense from most angles, it's going to be fantastic. All of you boys, get back. We don't need so many troops in Stalingrad. Like, we really, really don't need so many troops in Stalingrad. Start withdrawing the tanks. All looks good down here. We can take this mountain division. Perfect. Looking good. Even a single division entrenched across a river, perfectly capable of withstanding Soviet attack. Okay, now we'll move you back. We'll finally have a good idea of how many troops at our disposal we will have. Soviets are of course determined to push us back. Their determination is notable, but irrelevant. Wait for that to end. We are trying, believe it or not, to get these troops out of here. And they keep attacking. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, you've been replaced. You can move back. Just about there. Okay, now. Strategic reserve. We're going to take Turkish Delight and Varangian with me. Going to take the armor with me. All of these infantry, including Porphyra Genitus and Bob Ross. And we'll take the tanks. So the strategic reserve on this front is going to be 3 divisions. And everybody else is dug in across the river. We'll stick you somewhere over here, where you can respond if necessary. Take one of you and stick you down near Rostov. Perfect. And so at my disposal I have 6 tank, 7 infantry divisions. And in a moment we're going to start... Actually right now we're going to start moving the command groups around. Now we're going to participate in the Ukraine by crossing the Perekop over here. We might be able to cut off some troops, we might not. Doesn't so much matter to me. I'm just trying to get the troops over there. And I suppose we'll do that. We'll do a proper reorganization in a moment. Actually, the Soviets are very much trying. It is in fact not a water strait here, it is a land bridge. They're trying, but... Sotiris, he has vastly increased in usefulness. It was not so long ago that he was just a wee baby. Man, are the Soviets doing well. They are actually at Königsberg. I am slightly annoyed. And it does not matter how many attacks they launch. In fact, I would prefer them to continue attacking on my front. Ultimately, it's free veterancy because they're killing ridiculously small amounts of our troops by doing this. For the most part, if they get a long-term attack and they're, well, able to make some progress against our divisions, that changes a little bit, but these short attacks of a couple hours, they're functionally meaningless. Okay. Across the Perekop. They're at low organization, but they'll get some while marching. And they face an enemy considerably weaker than them at the moment. There we go. In fact, we'll take the tanks and go straight on and effect the link-up. We'll hopefully get a couple of divisions here. Every little bit counts. Infantry arriving in 1 day. That will probably be sufficient. But just in case, oh, never mind. Just in case, never mind. Completely okay. We'll do the quick mop-up. No problems. None whatsoever. We're of course going to have to provide a long-term garrison here. Maybe. Oh man, are they pushing hard. Well, we've got our work cut out for us. We really do. Now you can both be here. You can take over garrison duty there. You guys, I want you immediately moving forward. We got him. Want half of you moving up. Looks like we've been forced back here. They're actually threatening to cut us off, or at least they would be if we didn't control the Paracop. I'm thinking half of you do not even need to move that far. That's a 1 division job. Very good. Yes, very good. Okay. Move up. I want to select the tanks, but they're submerged under a bunch of German units. You can attempt to block a future Soviet advance. Good lord. I am highly embarrassed for Germany. I'm willing to check my lines over here. Yeah, completely fine. It's not a problem. Soviets have very funny ideas. Okay, tanks have arrived. We have encryption. Soviets will know even less about what's going on. Yeah, we'll do excavation, why not? We started it and never finished it. You guys can go forward, and half of you can really go forward. We'll do a short encirclement. We're receiving that counterattack. Take half of you and go up here. One of you and just advance 1 tile. Very good. Or at least reasonably good. We'll even send Cat Refractoid in. Ah yes, and the other thing I wanted to do was the Air Force. They have been unengaged, flying home defense for a long time. No longer. I want them over the Ukraine, where at least for now we have reasonably good air superiority. Alrighty, looks like an encirclement of 3. Very good. Let's eliminate the pocket properly quick. Got a mountain division in here too. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Soviet mountain divisions are actually pretty formidable. They're, in terms of their size, quite a bit bigger than their normal infantry divisions. It is a matter of quantity, but it's certainly worth eliminating one, if you get the chance. I'm also somewhat surprised at the ferocity of the Soviet attacks in this sector. Now that we're relatively stable over here, I think I'm going to do a little bit of switching around of responsibilities. So, we're going to turn the eastern half of this sector over to Sotiris. HQ Romania? No. This is going to be HQ, oh, I don't know, Caspian? Because we are on the Caspian Sea. Turn them all over to him. We'll turn over a bunch of his to Marcus. And he is receiving a lot of veteran Marcus units. Oh, look at that. It would seem that that is a vulnerable province. We're going to win, mind you. Meant to turn it over to Sotiris. But nonetheless, it's a fairly vulnerable province. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'll start turning over some to Odysseus, because he's going to hold a short section of this line by himself. That'll do. And the rest can be Marcus. Because this is the theater I want Marcus to command. Everybody is a Marcos now. Oh yes. You. Now I need to turn over one more guy from Marcos. And I suppose it can be you. There we go, that's more or less what I've wanted to do. So, it looks nice and neat, these groups. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, let's start concentrating again. We're going to leapfrog our way further up the line. You have my permission to retreat. As do you. Please. I would like a retreat. Thank you. Why don't you just go there by train, man? Stop embarrassing yourself. Okay, you have my permission to retreat. You have my permission to occupy that line. Actually, we're gonna pump everyone there, because that's going to be the position out of which we attack. If you're free, you might as well get there quickly. And you might as well get there quickly as well. I think I misclicked. That's fine. The game tends to slow down if you're zoomed in and there's a huge amount of divisions around. So that's why that's happening. You goofs. Full speed. Alright, so... Thanks, Soviets! Thanks for the attack. I was trying to do something cool. There's a... Whoa, ho! Level 7 land fort. Good lord. There's a really entrenched Soviet position there. Guys, stop abandoning the line. Whatever. I don't want to attack forest and heavily dug in, so I'll go around them. Just worry about the cavalry. Again, don't worry about it. Marcus has it. In the east, have we been forced back? No. No, of course we have not. Satiris, he can build up a lot of experience in those positions. Defensive fighting, it's good for building experience in a general. As soon as this terrible attack is over, because now is a fairly good time, we'll go around. Go proper all the way around. This will require a little bit of unfortunate single clicking. He has done it. Okay, and as soon as these tanks have ended their little attack, okay, we'll send you as well. We'll take half of you, we'll go about halfway. Maybe one of you can, in fact, nope, can go almost all the way. Perfect, so, that's what the battle plan looks like. Execute. Our lines are holding here. Good. Even cavalry. They said the cavalry was going to have problems. They lied. They didn't know anything about Marcus. The reinforcements come in. As soon as we get moving, proper moving, we're going to be in good shape. Happening right now. No? Okay, cool. Cool. Stop attacking. Hello, Italian airplane. Funny to see you there. Speaking of airplanes. God damn it, you guys. They pulled their air support. Damn it. Damn it. Whatever. We have a good reserve of aircraft. They don't actually have a lot of fighters deployed against us. I'm happy to send Lycos and Hermes up there to have fun. Look at him go. How sad. There, I want you to withdraw and attempt to help the Germans. In fact, I want you to come back, because it looks like we have some problems. They're ferociously attacking the cavalry. Cavalry still has this. I'm not yet worried. Okay, move forward and occupy the line. we are in fact almost through. Oh, we are through. What's the problem? The problem is that the Soviets have advanced. That's fine. Soviets are really advancing, actually. They've captured Königsberg. Son of a bitch. I'm very disappointed in the German army. I am deeply concerned, even. Alright. We actually just have to attack. No. No. Paramilitarism. Don't care. I don't care, but I care just enough to pause and deal with it. Ideological fanaticism. Great. I am not motivated by ideology, but by the desire to see Byzantium reborn. Let's eliminate the Soviet pocket. I'm tired of seeing the Soviets advance. No, you can just go down here. It's not a good attack, it's not a good attack. That's much better. I have to say, I am deeply disappointed in our allies. I really do. I want to mention that in particular. So disappointed am I that I'm beginning to become quite concerned about our ability to win the war. Good God, what the hell is wrong with the Germans? Oh dear. Interesting. I don't even think we can take that force with our navy. They're operating in the Aegean. The nerve of it. Perhaps if you were to not maintain such a large force in Syria. I can't withdraw Odysseus's army, though. I really can't afford to do that. I am very concerned now. And the only thing I can do is counterattack. This is an unintentional pocket we have created. Unintentional, perhaps, but not unwanted. You can wait, come to think of it. Wait for your reinforcements. In all of this lies opportunity, of course. The opportunity to punish overextend Soviet forces. And I do love doing that. I think that what we might want to ooh, good lord, look at that! So the Soviet army has now completely withdrawn from their German front line. That does not mean they are gone. It means they're extremely scared about something. So scared that they are willing to trade a bunch of territory. And I don't know what they are scared of. Maybe they're scared of the encirclement. The sudden reversal of fortunes in the Ukraine. Perhaps that is it. They are losing a lot of units doing this. Oh, you're being attacked, of course. Okay, one go there, one go there. This is only 6 or 7 divisions we've destroyed in the last, I don't know, 10 days. And when you put it that way, it doesn't sound so bad. But lot when you're facing an army of probably at least 250 divisions. It really counts. I love to see the Germans advancing here. It may be ephemeral, but it's my kind of ephemeral. And I don't even know what I mean by that. I pulled reserves from Constantinople, the real Central Reserve, because I figured I'd need them. Apparently I did not. Oh good, the American attack on Sicily is being repelled. I am shocked. They have landed troops in Marseille. I am not shocked, but I am concerned. God's sake. The Soviet attack is still what I have to deal with. Look at the advance, it's beautiful. Now they're finding Soviet troops. Okay. Whatever the Soviets were doing, stop leaving Königsberg unguarded. I'm very angry. As you can probably tell, I'm not well pleased. Just... no. Actually, no. If you wish encirclement, you can have encirclement. Fighter 3, excellent. Okay. Lycos and Hermes, it will take some time. We will get you new fighter aircraft. Good God. It's time to redo our production. Okay. Okay. So we've actually been building quite a bit of carrier aircraft. I'm very happy with that. The carrier will be around quite a bit sooner than 9 months actually, because we're building light cruisers. They'll be done extremely quick. In fact, we're going to create a new order for a pair of light cruisers. But it'll be farther down the production chain. So it looks like it's 9 months away. Realistically, it's probably actually about 4 months away when we get the other one done. So having this massive overabundance of aircraft is not as crazy as it seems. Switch up the production. That should help a bit. What do I want to do with 4 factories? Light tank production. We still have a lot of reserves. They're all the L6 light tank sort of production of yesteryear. We're building the Tassinarioi, pardon me, at a rate of about 2 a day. Probably going to cap out at about 6 with 5 factories producing. But it's good. Motorized, we're at a surplus of 2,000. We've maintained that throughout the war, which is very good. We probably don't need to produce support equipment at this level. I'll go down 1. Because we're not seeing an upgrade icon for artillery, I think we've reached the point where every one of our units is equipped with good artillery. We can partially deal with that by researching better artillery. So we will do that. In the meantime, however, I can go back down to 1 factory. Infantry equipment. I'm going to take one of our standard infantry divisions and have a look. Oh wow, we are almost all rifles. Good quality late game rifles, anti-tank equipment. So all these upgraded ones are for the reserve units. I'm very happy with just leaving this where it is. We've got modest production of fighters. We might want to increase that. Yeah, or consider turning more of our infantry divisions into armored ones. Actually, it's probably about time I look at our armored division. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy where that is. I think we're going to go produce some aircraft. We'll increase fighter aircraft production. And I think we'll modestly increase the production of naval aircraft. Because you never know. Iraq. Can I have some oil? Thank you. That's about all we're getting. Got functionally unlimited aluminium. We're just not going to be getting any more rubber, which is a pity. Whatever. Whatever, I say. Darn it. We might not actually get to encircle these. We might encircle 1, depending on how fast we are. Yeah, we got 1 already. Just cool. It's always nice to see that. I want to know what the Soviets did with their army, and now I do know they redeployed them against me. Okay. All of our units here are no longer on the front line. I'm okay with that. I'm going to take 6 of them, because I'm concerned, including 2 cavalry, which we should really turn into armor at some point. We're going to move them back. In fact, we'll take one of Sotiris's units and move it back as well. Everybody else, we're going to help the advance. We're on the gates of Kiev. We're going to advance as far as we can possibly go under the circumstances. And we'll encircle every unit we possibly can, because it's come down to that. Alright, let's see if we can get these guys. Single tank division, worth eliminating. God damn it, Hungarians. I'm trying to encircle here. Okay, that's cool. We'll leave it for them. Any other objectives I want to nab? No, I don't want to overrun, or rather outrun the German advance by all that much. We will go into Kiev across the river. Apparently the Hungarians are not satisfied with that. We'll go see if we can reach the river line. They could not have taken all their forces and put them here. They just can't have done that. Where the hell are their troops? Does it have to do something with what these guys are doing? That's very strange. They're not at war with the Soviets. At least I don't think they're at war with the Soviets. No, they're not. So what is going on? I don't know, is the short answer. By the way, in case you're wondering where the rest of the American and British fleet it's the Mediterranean. We can't actually go out and do some damage right now. When that second carrier gets built, I'm going to change my tune. But for now, I don't even want Kiev, man. I'm going to turn over a lot of this territory to the Germans. Just straight up. It will become German clay. How silly. We better keep the advance going. In fact, let's prioritize advancing in German areas. This isn't really doing anything useful except pushing the Soviets back. And space is time, and I'm trying to buy the Germans time. Holy hell. Never flippin' mind. Alright, boys. How do you like southern France? God damn it. This is so far out of our area of interest. I am a little bit angry. It's going to take a while to move there, though. The Soviets are gearing up for an offensive. I can smell it. And they stink. They stink like my dog. I think we'll take this opportunity to turn you into cat refract divisions. De-level you somewhat, but you're going to be much better units for it. Take you a while to reach good strength. Insufficient resources. Steel, what? Oh, of course, because the Vichy don't have steel anymore because their steel areas have been overrun. How droll. Are we seriously facing that severe a steel shortage? Oh man. This is quite bad, actually. Ah, there's the Soviet attack. I knew it. No problem, no problem. What are they doing? Have I completely overestimated the size of their army? No, I have not. In fact, they've increased it considerably since last time I checked. They are effecting some kind of crazy deployment. Germany, have you increased your manpower law? You have. You have. It's still going to take a while, though. Operation Tannenbaum. They're planning to invade Switzerland. Good God. Would you people stop? I'm trying my best to help you. But you gotta let me help you. In fact, at this point, I think I'm going to end the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.